And the second angel poured out his bowl, and the sea or lake turned to blood. Guys, we're going to look at this ominous sign by the Dead Sea of this lake turning blood red. Amazing. This was just reported in the Jerusalem Post. As you can see here, a pool of water by the Dead Sea turns blood red. What an ominous sign. How crazy. Guys, this is a very significant sign for us. We're going to explain it to you. There you see the Dead Sea, okay, in the background, and in the foreground, this blood red pool. Guys, we're going to explain the timeline, but it's important you understand we've covered this before. The water's turning blood phenomenon happened all over the earth. Okay, we have a playlist on YouTube called The Seven Trumpets. So we've shown you this before as it relates to the second trumpet, and we're going to see that in the future. There's going to happen more and more frequently as we enter these times. Now, we're going to explain some more on the timeline here for you, because many of you have asked what's a new update on a timeline. All right, guys, quick review. So in Revelation 12, we had the sign of the woman with clothes on 2017. Okay, that's around this time, September 22nd, 2017. And then we have years 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, and 4 years. Okay, so 4 years after that sign, okay, we will go through the time period of the trumpets, and we would arrive at the second bowl. Okay, so the second bowl is, as you can see, the sea or lake, okay, is turned blood. That's why this is such a significant sign for us. Okay, here we are on the Jerusalem Post and this article of this pool of water, this small lake next to the Dead Sea. So this is on the Jordanian side of the Dead Sea, and it's the Jordanians that are investigating this pool of water. But how ominous is this? Look at this. This is right in the land of Israel. It's blood red. Look at the water. I mean, how strange. Geologists believe the red color of the pool near the Dead Sea may be caused by algae, iron oxide, or added chemicals. We're going to talk a little bit about iron oxide later, but that's basically their kind of speculation. The pool of water near the Dead Sea was recently found to have turned red. The Jordanian Water Ministry is sending technical teams on Saturday to take samples to find out the reason of the color change. I mean, guys, this is the end of days, all right? There's not necessarily a scientific explanation for everything that's happening, okay? But this is, this freaks the people out. But then the government says, well, there's nothing to worry about. It's red dye, or it's some kind of natural phenomenon. Although the water turned red, many conjured thoughts of the biblical plague of blood. Exactly. This is a biblical plague. This is a biblical sign for us right at the beginning of the 7th month as we enter this second bowl time period. So this guy here, Shaka, the head of the Jordanian Geologist Syndicate, to the Jordanian Al God News, that the red color could have been caused by algae, iron oxide, or an additional substances by the humans to change the water's color. It could have been a prank, sure, but I don't think so. Last year, the Alexander River ran blood red due to blood from the slaughterhouses. Okay, it was also, when we posted the previous video last year, right around that time, there was a river that turned red due to a slaughterhouse, supposedly they said. Okay? I'm just saying, these are signs, guys. These are major signs for us. And always the devil does not want you to consider the signs. He wants some kind of scientific explanation. Oh, everything is normal. Nothing to see here. This is something to see. This is amazing. Okay, this is an amazing sign for us. A lake turned blood red in the land of Israel right at the beginning of the 7th month. All right, many of you have been asking me for an update, Leon gives an update on the timeline and the things that you're seeing in the prophecy. So this is a this is a document we share with the people many times. And what you have here is the years. This is up on top of the screen, 2018, 2019. Get that on the screen. You see 2018, 2019, 2020. 2021 is here, and 22 and 23. So these are the years, and then in those years we have significant eclipses. They could be lunar or solar eclipses, but what they're doing is they are marking significant events in prophecy. So let's do a quick review of some of those, because some of these you may not be aware of, or we haven't done a review in some time. So when we go back to 2018, in 2018, there was the altar dedication. Okay, so that was the altar, sign of the altar. 2019, December 26th was the virus. Okay, that was a trigger from the locust. It says the sun was darkened, so that's a solar eclipse, and that triggered the fifth trumpet, the locust army. Okay, then 2 weeks later was the peace deal. Okay, there was a lunar eclipse on January 13th, marking the peace deal. Okay, then we get into 2020. We got June 5th. This is when Donald Trump announced the World Religion, organization. All right, then we get June 21st, and then 2 weeks after June 21st is July 4th, and it was on August 13th that we had the Abraham Accords. So some of these are not exactly on the precise date, but they're pretty close, within a couple weeks. Okay, so then what we have is we have May 26th, counting the 1,335 days. Then after that, 2 weeks later in 2021, June 10th, it marked Benjamin Netanyahu being ousted as prime minister in Israel. This was a significant sign, guys. This was very significant. Don't have the time to explain. All right, so things are happening within these eclipses. And then you say, what next? Well, then we have November 18th, 2021. Then we have something related to the third temple and the abomination that makes desolate. Okay, so that's November 10th, and we're watching for the November 10th date, and there's a lunar eclipse on November 18th. Okay, and then they will continue. So then what you can see over here is you see these numbers here are trumpets. So in 2018, we had the trumpets going. So the virus is the fifth trumpet, okay? Then sixth trumpet, seventh trumpet, and then the bowls begin, okay? So we're seeing the signs of the bowls as the people are getting skin conditions and things related to the mark of the beast. So we would have to have the mark of the beast, as you can see here. Oh, I missed just telling you this. Okay, December 14th, 2020. Of course, huge. The mark of the beast. All right, that was on Hanukkah. It says Hanukkah there. So the mark of the beast would have to go into effect before the bowls, because the people are affected by the mark of the beast in the first bowl and some of the others. Okay, so what we're telling you is that, yes, we're in the time of the bowls. Okay, we're seeing the signs of the time of the bowls. We're seeing the signs related to things in the tribulation on precise times of these eclipses. Okay, and then we're entering the second bowl. Okay, and that eclipse is a solar eclipse. Looks like a full solar eclipse, December 4th. Not all biblical signs can be explained. How can you scientifically explain how Moses goes up to some water with his staff and strikes it, and then the water turns blood red? It's a miracle. It's a sign from Yahweh, okay? But then there's so many signs of water turning to blood and fish dying that we want to look into these planetary systems. Now, this is channel Last Days, and this is March 2020, where she talks about this.
All of the images you are about to see came from the FAA weather cameras in Alaska very recently. I'm just going to let the videos play while I explain what is coming upon the Earth this year, according to Mike from Around the World. Mike spoke on several different topics, but I'm only relaying the information that pertains to the planetary system we are seeing in these FAA weather videos. Mike says that there are inbound clusters of celestial objects coming toward the Earth. He did not mention a collision at all, but he did say that the close proximity of these celestial objects will cause violent Earth changes. And that'll be this year, much of it starting in mid-May. There will be an increase in earthquakes, volcanic activity, and heating up of Earth's molten core. Even with all of the heavy atmospheric chemical spraying, people will still be able to see dramatic changes in our sky, followed by danger that Mike wasn't able to describe in detail. We will see massive color changes in the atmosphere. Radiation from the sun has increased 18% from 2015 to February of this year. From February until now, it has increased another 18%, bringing the total increase to 36%. Now, this is solar radiation just since 2015. Life on Earth cannot sustain much higher levels of solar radiation. This dramatic increase in radiation is being caused by chemical changes to our sun as a result of the inbound planetary system's effect upon our sun. Mike also said that we have some massive forces coming toward Earth right now. Waves of energy and intense pulses are continuing to increase in intensity and will eventually have dramatic effects upon the planet. The Citizen Containment Program, or martial law, that is being implemented as a result of the current plague will most likely be extended because of the chaotic events that will be occurring one after another from Earth's close proximity to the celestial anomalies now in our solar system.
So you'll notice in that piece I was highlighting the fourth bowl being that the sun would scorch the Earth. So scorch meaning increase, and the increase in radiation that she pointed out there. Now you can see I'm pointing to a cloud, and there's this ominous cloud in front of me. It's a pinkish hue, a dark cloud, brownish cloud that's right in front of me. And I'm showing you this because this is the type of reaction of the planetary system that some say, where this material comes into Earth's atmosphere called iron oxide. And this iron oxide then would rain and come down, and then it would affect the water supply, it will affect the plants, it will affect the animals. And this video I'm showing you was from March of this year. And the material and residue and dust that was in this, it remains to this day, all these months later. So I want you to see this because it's just one cloud. And then as we pan around, you can see that the clouds are normal gray. But then you can see this pinkish hue, brown cloud here. So this is what some people are saying, like they said in the Jerusalem Post article, that iron oxide is in the water supply, it's turning the waters red. Okay, I don't know. I'm just sharing this information as to things that we can watch for. Okay, so there we can see signs. We can see signs of the first bowl, signs of the second bowl. We can see signs of the fourth bowl, the sun's increasing in radiation. Okay, I don't have the ability to share it with you, but I also have people being affected by the sun from the vaccine. The people that took the vaccine are being themselves experience radiation, and they're being affected adversely by the sun. Now, another very important sign is the sixth bowl. So in the sixth bowl, you can see Turkey is experiencing severe drought right now. So the mountains of Turkey, Mount Ararat and the mountains of Turkey feed the Euphrates River and the Tigris River. So Turkey has dams, and because they're in drought, they're drying up the water downstream, and the Euphrates to Syria and to Iraq. So there's very little water being fed by the Euphrates River down to Iraq. Significant drops as Turkey dams up the water supply because of their severe droughts. So this is the 6th bowl where it says the Euphrates River will be dry to make the way of the kings of the east. Okay. And here you can see practically on dry land, the Euphrates River. So very, very crazy signs. Significant river in the Middle East, as we know. But these are signs of the bowls, guys. Whether you like it or not, these are signs of the bowls, judgments taking place right now. Okay. Whatever you want to say, this is a sign. It's the 2nd bowl. It's a lake turned blood red. It's right on the 1st day of the 7th month. Okay. Right in by the Dead Sea. Okay. These are the things that we're to watch for, okay? Because Jesus Christ is going to return. He's coming in the clouds in power and great glory. And a pool of water by the Dead Sea, turning blood red. Amazing. So guys, there are other videos where we talk about this. All the phenomenon all over the world of waters, rivers, lakes, turning blood red. Okay, it's a sign of the 2nd trumpet. It's a sign of the 2nd bowl. It's a sign of the 3rd bowl. Okay, and we have a playlist on YouTube called the 7 Trumpet where you can see these signs, and Last Days channel where we go over as well the solar eclipses. So fear God, give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come. Worship him that made the heavens, the earth, the seas, and the fountains of waters. Amen.